Hey, deserving listeners, Love is Blind. Let's see what happens.
You know, it's interesting seeing just like being out of the pods, right? Where it's how are we together? How is it physically? Like,
yeah, so I just want to pause and say that she's already talked at length with Joe about this the previous night. So she's still concerned about it, which is fine. But this points at something that is ongoing for her, maybe even predating coming to the pods. There's not necessarily, that doesn't have to be true. But, I just want to highlight what she's doing. She's talking to Anton.
physically amazing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like,
What do you think?
And then we see Anton just like, yeah. Now we don't know, but the way it kind of looks is Anton's like, what's happening right now? Why am I being asked this question when Joe's standing right there? And then she turns and Joe we don't know if he's talking to someone or he's distracted. We know he's hammered.
Right? Where it's how are we together? How is it physically? Like, physically amazing.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like,
What do you think?
Sorry, I was.
No, I gotta get this motherfucker.
Upon second watch, it's clearly edited. Anton seemingly was responding. I could see his head as if he was saying something that they edited out. So maybe Anton was more receptive and having conversation, which would make sense. So I think they kind of made it look like she's just bothering Anton with that question. But anyway, she turns and he very poorly tries to act like he's distracted. And then he says, oh, I was, he doesn't even, his brain isn't working well enough to even come up with an excuse. Now, he might legitimately not have heard her, but there's a chance that he did.
I said, what do you think?
I'm here for you, babe. Hey, babe, could you?
You're not shy.
Are you okay?
My God, hints of Micah, really, the immaturity. It's like a child. Yeah. He's hammered. He's in, I think, at least it would make sense if he thought he was in kind of a bind. But to look, he knows he's being filmed. It's got to be kind of weird. And he looks away and laughs as if he's laughing at her, right? Let's rewind that.
I said, what do you think?
I'm here for you, babe. Hey, babe, could you?
You're not shy.
Then he starts to say, hey, babe, could you, maybe there was something kind of funny that he was thinking. I don't know, but disappointing, gross. And, not inspiring.
Are you okay?
Now, in light of my systemic mutual causality, circular causality discussion, everything I just said can still be within that. You can have a gross, icky, annoying, problematic drunk person, and yet there can still be mutual causality. In the systems world, we don't blame people. Almost all the time when I present these ideas, either to students or to clients or just people say like, so are you saying that she's to blame for how much of a dick he is? No, what I'm saying is, let's not look at blame. Blame is such a linear, simplistic, I don't know, way. Sometimes people are to blame. If someone's abusive, they're to blame. But if we're actually going to try to help and see things in a way that will give us the ability to intervene in a way that will help, if they were to come to me with conflict, to think about who's to blame won't help at all. At the very least, it'll alienate whoever even I just have a vibe of the person to blame. But also, it just denies the reality that things are circular, things are mutual. Now, maybe it's a 70-30 thing. It doesn't really matter. Couples that come to me that are legitimately actually wanting to improve their relationship and are legitimately open to addressing their own behavior as long as the other person is also addressing their behavior. There are times when if I took a step back, I would say it's a 90-10% sort of blame, if you will. But it doesn't matter because they want things to be better. And it doesn't do any good to look at the 90% person and say, you're mostly to blame. What does help is if I intervene with both of them and both of them change And the person who was 90% responsible, if they change, and they're more open to change if I'm not yelling at them or shaming them, right? Then if that 90% person changes and the 10% person changes, they have less to change. But if both people change, then things get better. Then what does it matter, right? So that's why it's so important. And so much of our life is dictated by this linear blame, not only in relationships, but in our own relationships, at work, in the economy, in politics, in nations, in wars, in technology, like our inability to look at things from above and say, like, this is how all of these factors. Now, I'm not even getting into the fact that the system doesn't just involve Joe and Madison, but involves everyone there, and the cameras and the weather and the alcohol. Like, there's all of these things that are coming together and creating an interaction and a feeling and a vibe and a flow chart of input and then output for each person that affects the other person, because that's their input, and then output, and other person input, output, it's going round and around. There's people and just their ideas, and the fact that they know that there's going to be an audience watching, like, that's a factor. So it gets weird, but when you ask these questions, at least from a therapist perspective, it gives us the ability to intervene in a way that actually might address the issue. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that she's just as to blame, so to speak. I'm just commenting on how, if I were a therapist helping people, this is how I would approach it, because it usually is a lot more helpful. That's why almost every, if not every, couple therapist program teaches systems theory. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp, and if you sign up, please use the link below, because that really helps us out. So October 10th is World Mental Health Day, and this year, BetterHelp wants us to recognize how therapists around the world are truly making the world a better place, if I don't say so myself. And, I don't know where I'd be without the therapists that I've been to over the years, from the therapist that I went to in graduate school who challenged me, had the courage to challenge me on things that I definitely needed to be challenged on, to the therapist I've had more recently who supported me through some very difficult times. Yeah, finding the right therapist can make all the difference in the world. And for over 12 years, BetterHelp has been fine-tuning their process of matching people with the right therapist. So this World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who have helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Kirk. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Kirk.
You're not shocked.
Are you okay?
I'm good. Anton. I mean, hey.
Yeah, it's edited, but it didn't look that edited. And my God, this Joe guy, gross. Where did they get these guys from? Anton seems like a stand-up guy so far. Edmund seems like a stand-up guy so far. Joe, no. What's the opposite? Like a laying down guy, not a stand-up guy. Jordan, I think he's doing okay so far. Jordan and Joe were both being goofy. Jordan a little less, but still pretty goofy. And when Megan confronted Jordan, Jordan did not react like this. And then Nick, he's such a conundrum, and has his issues, right? Like when he's claimed that he didn't see Brendan and was like celebrating in front of Brendan, and then he's like, "Oh, I didn't see you." It's like, what are you talking about? He was right in your field. Like, how could you miss him? He was right there. Anyway, so bring Patrick back.
Baby, do you want to come chill with me?
Yeah, let's go. Oh, you're going?
Is that baby or KB?
Do you want to come chill with me?
I come chill with you.
Okay, come chill with me then. Okay, you do want to chill with me?
I do.
Okay, this is good. So if anything's going to help, it's going to be something like this. And I commend both of them, particularly her for reaching out, because there's a lot of reasons why she would be icked out and not enthusiastic about hanging out with him. I mean, the way he was, okay. So there's a possibility that when he looked away and smiled, it's within that camp, and intoxication will make it even stranger, but where when he's uncomfortable, he makes a joke. That does not mean that it's okay. It doesn't mean that it's not fucking annoying. But he might have a way of handling things that is like that. Why do people do that? Well, they grew up in chaos and trauma and maybe abuse, who knows, alcoholism, drug addiction, rage that they had to deal with. And the way that they dealt with it sometimes will become so entrenched that they do it all the time in the most strangest of ways, because when they're in an uncomfortable situation, it feels very dangerous to them, and then they overcompensate. And so when he did that little, like when he turned away from her and started laughing, it might actually be that he's not thinking anything is funny, but he's so freaked out and so scared that he just has an involuntary reaction of laughter. I don't know if that's the case, but there's a lot of arrows pointing in that direction given the overall presentation.
Oh, you said you want to come chill with me. Where do you want to go? Take me where you're gonna go, Joe.
How are you feeling right now?
Okay, good. Excellent. How are you feeling right now? Great question. Couldn't have done better myself. Even hammered, he managed it. Now, we'll see what happens.
I was feeling good until every time I talked to you, I like kind of talk over me to talk to somebody else or something.
My bad. I'm sorry. Are you mad at me?
No, I'm.
Okay, so she was, I think, nice because there's a lot of things she could say, but she said it in a way that wasn't too hostile, or wasn't hostile and wasn't too accusatory. It was, of the 10 things she could say, the nicest thing she could say, so good for her. In a situation like this, if you're trying to actually improve things, at the very least, that's what you want to start with and test the waters. And commend him as well. He said, my bad, I'm sorry. Now, we don't know if he's being honest about this or what, but, you know, at the very least, that would be a good thing to say. And then he says, are you mad at me? And she says, no, I'm not mad at you. So, you know, I'm very encouraged by this thus far.
A little bit.
Why?
I don't know. It's like we're like good and chilling, and then I'm talking to you, and then you're like, Anton, what's up, man? Like, it's. Okay. Why don't I get you some water?
I'm gonna go back to the room. Is that all right?
You are?
Yeah. Is that?
He's a little, I think, confused. I don't know. Maybe when he sobers up, he'll be able to explain what's happening with him. But I think what was happening is that he thought that she was angry at him. I think he might have thought, given her demeanor with this right now, I think that there's a chance that in the build-up until this moment, she was not being negative vibe towards him as much as I was wondering if she was, because she's pretty relaxed in this presentation. Anyway, so then she says, let me get you some water. And then he says, I'm going to go back to the room. And I think that is an excellent idea. He needs to go back to the room. She should go with him if she wants to, and then it'll simplify things. And he should just fall asleep and sober up. They can talk about it in the morning. Now, she's a little upset, maybe. I don't know. But if I were Birdie on her shoulder, I'd be like, no, this is perfect. Goofy Joe does not exist when it's just the two, or is, you know, not as much, not as intense when it's just the two of you. If he sticks around, plus I think he's turning a corner drunk-wise.
Okay, well, do what you need to do.
Okay. I'll take a nap.
Okay. Do you want me to come with you?
No.
You don't want me to come with you?
No. Just stay here.
Okay. I think he wants to be alone, which is fine. That's why he's saying, don't come with me. I wish he could just say that and say, yeah, you can come, but I don't know, I just feel like I just need to clear my head. I'm kind of drunk, and I just want to take a nap, and you can come, but I kind of just want to zone out and watch a movie or something, you know? So there's a different way to handle it. to say it like this could feel like, I don't want you around me, which I don't think is the case. It could be the case.
If you want to.
I'm asking what you need. I'm here for you.
Have fun. Have fun.
Yeah, that's the other possibility, is that he's concerned for her fun and doesn't want to ruin her time and is saying, no, you stay. You know, if you want to come, but no, you don't have to come. I need to clear my head and, you know, stay here, have fun. So, you know.
I'm having fun, but I'm having fun when I'm with you. What do you need?
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good.
And she's a little worried, which I think is warranted. If I were Birdie on her shoulder, I would say there's nothing that's going to be productive about a conversation while he's this drunk. So I get it. There's a vibe. There's a concern. It's not a big one. I think he's drunk. I think he's goofy. I think he might regret some of the jokes he was making, and let him reset and hang out with him next day, and, you know, things will be fine. But I think she's feeling a little like, is there something wrong? Do you not like me anymore? Or so, you know, I think there's a little bit of that, which, you know, makes sense.
Just stay here.
Okay.
If you want to. Yeah.
I'm asking you.
No. Stay here if you want to.
Yeah, he's hammered, but there's a lot of other ways he could have said goodbye there. There's so many. She's being very clear. She's being very upfront about what's going on. She's like, hey, you know, I wonder if people in the audience have a problem with that statement. I'm here for you. And I don't know if she's a pleaser. I mean, maybe there's a little bit of that, a little bit of worry that manifests in that a little bit. But I think she loves him and just wants to make sure that they're good. And so she's like, well, you know, whatever you want. You want me to come with you? Then I'm flexible. You want me to not? I'm flexible. And he isn't navigating it well. He could have pretty easily hugged her, kissed her, and said, I love you so much. I'm tired. I just need to lay down and be quiet. I just need to recharge. But I love you so much. He didn't. He's just like, you know.
It was so weird. It was so weird.
Hey, Jay,
That
my
whole
guy.
interaction was so weird just now. I just need like a hug. No, it's okay. I'm really confused right now.
Yeah, this doesn't bode well. Although I feel like things like this have happened before and then they do recover. But have we seen things like this where they recover to the point where it's yes at the altar? Well, I keep coming back to Chelsea and Kwame when they had their pool scene, and Micah and Kwame were intoxicated and were openly flirting in front of Chelsea. And Chelsea couldn't hear what they were saying. We could. And that was pretty dire, and they're still married. So, we'll find out together, right? All right, well, let's adjourn there for now. Tune in next time if you care to as I continue watching. It's interesting. It's getting interesting. And everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.